Hello and welcome to the All Night Gamers Podcast, episode 272. Hi, hello, hi. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us for another edition of the show. Um, I felt like I had something really cool to say for this intro, but right before we started recording, I had a tornado warning come up, so now I'm just like frazzled.
Yeah,
So,
fair.
how are you
That's
guys?
fair. That's fair. All right. Doing good. Hurting from all the spending I've been doing. But I will
Oh
talk about
boy,
that during Collector's Corner. Yeah.
one of those weeks, huh?
One of those weeks. Yeah. Yeah. Well, like even groceries. We spent like $200 on groceries. It wasn't anything like crazy either. It was just like essentials.
Uh, our our weekly budget maximum for groceries is 200 a week. But that's just because we eat at home like a ton.
Right.
And that
Yeah.
also includes
We.
stuff like paper towels and whatever.
Mhm.
Uh, but that doesn't
Yeah, I
mean we
think we're
spend that
gonna go to
always. It's
Sam
just
soon. No, it's dude. Yeah, feel it honestly.
this past week
Money
we
goes
kind of did
further
hit
though.
that limit, and I remember
Mhm.
looking at the grocery cart going, this doesn't feel like $200 worth of stuff.
No, that's why
But
we went over to Walmart.
the week before, I got a pretty decent amount of things, and it was only like $80. It was weird.
Oh, that's pretty good. It's
Yeah,
dude, it's so hit or miss.
I know. It
Um,
just depends on what I'm
yeah,
buying, and I don't pay attention to it, but yeah.
I need. We've determined. Next time we go home, I need to bring like an ice chest because the meat lab on campus had mom was able to get um six uh, pork chops and like 4.5 pounds of uh, meat for $56. Or
Interesting.
Chelsea, what was it? It wasn't pork chops, was it? Oh, Chelsea says it was pork chops.
Huh.
It's amazing what you can do when the meat's not, $10 a pound.
Hey man, I bought some. I'm actually tonight. I made chicken thighs on the grill,
Ooh,
and those
nice.
were like 250 a pound, I think.
Ooh, wait, where'd you get Aldi?
No, or it might have been maybe $4 a pound,
But
but
still,
it wasn't that
still better
much.
than
It was.
Publix.
Oh yeah, no, it was Food City.
Ooh, I don't think we
Um,
have one of those around here.
Before that place opened, we used to go to Kroger all the time, and Kroger, honestly, their meats were even cheaper. Um,
Yeah, we lost out on Kroger when they closed their delivery service down here.
hmm.
They couldn't compete with Publix, I guess.
Yeah, Publix just expensive.
Mm. I mean, yeah, it's within walking distance, but like I don't do non-essentials if I don't have to.
Well, speaking of budgets and spending too much money and everything, our opening is the Steam Machine got revealed today.
Yikes!
Yeah, yikes. Starts at 1050, $1,050. I almost said 10,000 for a second. It's not
ten
$10,000.
ten
It is
thousand dollars.
$1,050. That is for 512 gigabytes of storage and no controller. Um, the 2 terabyte model is 1350 and comes with two extra faceplates. So take that for what you will.
Oh, was one of those the? I heard there was a Portal Cube one.
That is D brand.
Ah,
Um, these are like from Steam. One is a solid walnut wood, and the other one is a red fabric.
yes, that's what I want with my system instead of another controller.
Yeah, and speaking of the controller, you can get a bundle with a controller for either of those models for an extra 70-ish. So you're getting a whopping $30 off a Steam controller. um,
Whoopee.
yeah. So where do we start? Um,
Let's start with what they said about
Steam
it.
Machine Electric Boogaloo 2. It's gonna it's going out to die.
Well, no, because they're in a better position now.
Not at that price.
Not at that price, but technically they are in a better position. So
How are
Steam
they in
said,
a better position? They always take 30% off sales on their thing. They could have subsidized on some level.
well, yeah, but their argument was, quote, the traditional console model is to sell hardware at a loss and make up the revenue with subscription services by selling games that are locked into the hardware. We think this can make sense for a single business in the short term, but that open ecosystems are better for customers over the long term. PC gaming's history proves this. The openness of the PC gaming space has enabled it to be the primary driver of hardware and software innovation for decades. The strength of PC gaming is the ability to play the games you want on the hardware you want. Steam Machine is a solution to these problems, and we think it's a great one, but it's not the only solution, and we don't want it to be. And this was basically their justification for not taking an L on any of the hardware.
um, yeah, this one's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, like corporate jargon speak, BS, but like layered in truth. So you can't really argue against it, but it still kind of sucks as an argument. Uh,
It's still, we don't want to lose money on the hardware.
yeah, at the end of the day, that's what that is. So like, yeah, you could say all you want about uh,
Oh,
your
everyone else
virtues
loses
and
it, but
everything,
that's long term.
and like I
But
do
like,
have to agree with a lot of the things they say are very true, but also like let's not beat around the bush here, big dog. You're a huge company, and your CEO owns like 6 yachts, so I think you
Owns a
could,
yacht company.
yeah. So it's not like it was impossible, but on the other hand, everything else is also overpriced. So like, not all of this is them. But I take the same stance I took with every other price increase, which is I'm not going to go boo-hoo for the big corporations. Uh, what really makes me upset about this is that based on how much the Steam Deck went up in price, this thing was probably going to be like $700.
Yeah.
That would have been
that's what I'm
awesome.
saying.
That would have been so
Yeah,
cool,
no,
dude.
like
We all knew this was going to
at
be sick. Oh, and then it doubled in price.
at 700 at 700, and even if it was 700 for the 500 gig,
No, it would be
it's
700 for the 500 without the controller. That
Yeah.
sounds about.
But
but
still,
like that's still a decent price. It's not amazing or anything, but the specs on it, it would be pretty good. But going like you already have the hardware in your machines. What do you mean you have to raise the price?
well, uh, the hardware in the Steam machine is not Steam Deck hardware. It is newer
Uh,
and nicer. They're targeting like true 4K and better support for that. The Steam
but they
Deck,
would have already ordered it, right?
uh, apparently
They
not.
could have made this initial with
Uh,
everything going on. They didn't go, "Hey, let's go ahead and order some of this."
I see your point, and there may be some truth to that, but all we can say for sure is that they didn't. I don't know. This the Occam's razor. Uh, so like, but see, here's the problem. I watched Digital Foundry's video on this today because that was the big thing. I was like, okay, it's $1,000, but what's the performance? Because a PS5 Pro is $900. So like, it's not like we're haven't seen these prices before. It just depends on if it performs well enough, and that's where the real problem is that it doesn't. It is like anywhere between 10% better and 10% worse than a base PS5, depending on the case. Um,
Ooh.
So it's
So
not even in line with the one. It's
that's 750.
the,
The PS5 is
yeah,
750. So you're paying
and
300 and some odd dollars more for one
without
that
a
has,
controller.
yes, without a controller. So, well, okay, so 400 some dollars more. Just assume you get the one with the controller. Um it's not really that much less storage than a base PS5 because it's 825, but you can only use like 600 or whatever. Um they're both expandable. The fun thing, I actually noticed the Steam Machine will let you put more RAM in. They were going to give you originally two 8 gigabyte SODIMM cards, which are like the RAM cards for a laptop. They're the smaller ones. But they
Yeah.
couldn't source those. At least that's what they say. They couldn't source them. So instead, everyone gets one 16 gig card instead, which is theoretically a little slower because single channel, all that mess. But
Mhm.
the consequence is that there's still an extra RAM slot in there because they plan to have two cards. So you could buy another one and just put it in there.
If you can afford it.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to drop another $500 on another card. Um. So yeah. Um. Yeah. My heart's broken. This thing was going to be awesome, and there's a piece of me that still really loves it. I think it's a super cool machine, but that price is yikes.
Dude, that's a monthly payment on your car.
Yeah. It's a real shame because like the thing that I do think is missed with most people is that remember this is still a computer. They're selling this as a console, but this is a computer. You can plug in a mouse and keyboard and go to a desktop and open up Google Chrome and play YouTube and file your taxes. It's a computer. So like there is some value to that, and I feel like that's
Especially
not
right
really
now.
being mentioned. Again, I'm not trying to make an excuse for them, but this is like a whole. You could use this as your main personal computer if you wanted to.
Mhm.
So, you know. Now, you can also argue against that by saying this is Linux, so now you have to deal with Linux problems and how much things are on Windows. You know, it's
to
True.
to
you can
be
go back and
fair,
forth.
in Linux's defense, Windows has absolutely tried to kill itself lately.
Yeah, and also to be fair, this isn't just like some random distro pulled off the internet. This is SteamOS, which has been highly developed and is really good and super user friendly. And it does support most things you would need. There's like the cases of things that work on Windows only is dwindling, but that doesn't mean it's zero. So you know it's person to person whether that's a big deal or not. But it is a full computer. So yeah. Anyway, they're not doing a normal release with this. Um, you join a list from now until I think the 25th. Yeah, June 25th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So the day after this episode comes out. At that time, the list will be closed, fully randomized, and that's the order that people get to purchase things in. So there's no shutting down the site when it comes up and then it getting scalped. To join the list, you had to have a Steam account. You had to have bought a game uh, before April of this year, I think. Um, and there's a few other small requirements to leave the list. But yeah, so if you're still somehow interested, Mr. Moneybags, then yeah, those lists are available now.
Hold on. Here's what's gonna happen. What date did you say? I don't remember.
June 25th. So this Thursday
Okay.
at
This this
12
Thursday.
o'clock Central.
All right. So next week we're gonna be talking about the article. Valve machine sells out because they made 50,000 units, and those people. We didn't expect it to sell this well.
Yeah,
Says
and I
Valve.
mean, also to be fair, the Steam Deck sold out immediately after the price increase. So like, it's going to come back in stock, but also it's now $1,000 for the terabyte model,
I
and
know,
everyone
but
went,
it's because
"Boo! Ew! $1,000! Valve sucks
Here's my
now.
money.
Everyone hates them." And then it sold out within nanoseconds.
Here's my money
it's
anyways.
to be fair, Valve does not produce a lot of units.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, so it sold out isn't that great?
Yeah, it's meaningless, but it's gonna happen. I'm putting. I'll put 10,000 G bucks on it or whatever I called that.
G-Bucks, yeah.
Someone did a PC pick apart list of the exact same things, and they got about the exact same price that Valve's producing it for. Except with that PC, you could upgrade it. You've only got so much space in this little cube.
Yeah, and like the nice thing is you can upgrade it. You can't upgrade it like a normal desktop, but there is that extra RAM slot, and the another thing that NVMe drive. Funny enough, despite being 2 TB, is like the small form factor one, the one that's only like a few inches long. But there's room in there for like the full size drives, like one you'd put in the PS5 or something, or a normal desktop.
Interesting.
So you can put a bigger one in there, which I like. Again, that's not the same as a normal desktop where you can change out your processor or your graphics card too, or all that stuff. But at least it's something. Like
It could be worse.
really, for what this is why I dude, I just it makes me so sad to talk about this because if this thing was $700, this would be the bee's knees in terms of what it provides you. Like our whole tone would be so different.
Hell, even if it was like, all right, the first batch is going to be, $700, and then we're immediately raising the price. Like, fine, but no, that's not what we get.
Um,
Hey, I hope y'all are ready for this to be its lowest price.
Yeah, that's the really painful
yeah.
part, dude.
Now
I,
the
I
fun question is, what are the PS6 and Xbox, whatever they call it, Helix, Project
I mean,
Helix? What are those
Helix.
gonna be?
So all the rumors I've seen, and I don't know if
disgusting
I put any of
prices.
them, they're both just kind of holding. Which, to be fair, I think is the best choice, anyways. They haven't done anything in this generation.
Yeah.
There's nothing that makes me go, man, this is the
This is the
defining game.
system killer.
This is why we needed this new generation.
To be fair, I think Rebirth is that, but that wasn't made by them.
Angry. Me too.
You, as your console manufacturer, should have that. This is why we needed this system.
Yeah. Well,
So I'm fine with both of those being delayed.
oh yeah, for sure. So, yeah, that's a real shame.
Not a
Um,
surprise. It's just a shame.
yeah.
The
We were
reading
this close to
backlog is
greatness. We were so
insane, bro.
close. Ugh. And it was only a matter of time before someone came out with a faceplate that looked like a GameCube. You could make it. You could totally make a GameCube PC. Like, I was really excited about the faceplates. I saw a concept of someone made like a display that would go on there, and it would tell you in real time like utilization and temperature and power usage and etc.
Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah, that's not happening anymore.
That's still good.
It might take longer.
It's gonna be something custom though. I doubt like Valve's not gonna make that. I don't think.
Oh, definitely not.
Um, and now I can only sit and wait in horror for the Steam Frame, which is actually I think the coolest thing out of all three of the Steam hardware announcements this year. Um, I don't know if I want to know what it's gonna cost because that one I had
$2,000,
a
bro.
I've got a true interest in that one. Like it's like the Meta
Not
Quest,
anymore.
but better, and I can use my PC instead of having to make a stupid ass Facebook account. I'm sold. But yeah, it's gonna be $1 billion. Oh well.
The worst value for your dollar.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Tetsuya Nomura says Kingdom Hearts is his most memorable series and his life's work.
That's fair. He's been
Understandable.
at it for 20 years. Yeah, 20 years.
It's just a side project. 20 years.
Yeah, I'm just on this.
Resident Evil creator Shinji Mikami says, quote, if watching a playthrough is enough, the game wasn't good enough. Yeah.
Fair.
I fully agree.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, there are games that I would argue are worth playing, but some people would rather watch. I don't fully understand.
I don't know. Like, to me,
It's
it's
just some people.
a game should be good enough to where if you try watching someone play it, all you can think about is playing it.
Yeah, I feel that.
And like, whether that be something simple like Balatro or something as complicated as RE9, like, either way, you watching it should be like, damn, I want to play that.
True.
Yeah, it shouldn't have you go, well, yeah.
Sony has dropped the PC gaming, which we've already kind of talked about a little bit, and adds AI to an official PlayStation business strategy summary.
Please just be like blockchain and Bitcoin and what was the other one?
No, that was
NFTs.
Yeah, but
NFTs.
that's Square Enix. Square Enix jumped
No,
in
they
on
are.
Sony
all of
adds
those.
Square Enix
AI
did it
to
hard,
the
but everybody
brand.
kind of jumps on it for their because it looks good to their investors.
Yeah, the hype, the FOMO.
A little late on that, then.
No, that's when Square Enix joins. Is
Sony adding AI to the marketing strategy of the console that literally went up like $300 because of AI is crazy.
yeah, I agree with that.
Remember when
like,
you could buy a
uh,
PlayStation for $400?
remember when you could just buy a PlayStation?
It was such a brief window of time, looking back.
Mhm.
You could both just walk into a store and buy one because it was like,
And you
dang,
could
it's only
actually afford
400
it.
it's only $400 now? Yeah. Mm.
It's insane, dude.
Uh an analyst says upcoming Xbox exclusives are being sent out to die and Xbox pushes back. Well,
Um, they're not wrong.
yeah, so like I don't want to take back anything I said from a couple weeks ago about how much I
Yeah,
think Xbox is in the right direction. That does not mean
but
that they're good right now. As
it just
I know
means
I've glazed
they
them a lot the past couple weeks, which is odd
they
for this
seem to
show.
be learning.
Yeah, they're at least making sense when they talk about it now, which is a big step. But that doesn't mean that the current Xbox situation is still okay. Um,
Oh, sorry, my bad. I was reading about things. I didn't realize the Steam Frame was being touted as a standalone PC. It's over.
yeah,
It's
it's
gonna
so
be so
over.
expensive.
It can't be that crazy of a PC though because it fits in the form factor of like a MetaQuest.
Yeah, but still,
But yeah, just
Also,
yeah, the
2 grand.
prices.
2 grand for sure. Dude, I cannot. I don't. Can't imagine having any kind of headset on as like my main machine, you know.
Yeah,
But that
absolutely not. It's good to know that it can run things natively. So like I've been thinking about this a lot. Um I get that if I had a Steam frame, I could play like Job Simulator or like um Drum Rock, whatever the name of the game is that is like a VR drumming game. Like
yeah.
simple stuff like that could play that on the Steam frame, which is really convenient because no base stations, no wires. You can go to where the space is. You don't have to make space where the VR is. You just go to where the room is. You can go outside. I could play in the garage, that kind of thing. And then for the heavier stuff, wirelessly connect it to my PC, which is the coolest part about that device, and just use my PC. And like it's still wireless,
True.
so I'm not like tethered to a specific range. I can't be I doubt I could be across the house even, but like, I could a little just more flexibility. So like I understand why it has some standalone power to allow you to do stuff like that. And I think it's a great idea. But yeah, now also that it has standalone power, that means it has RAM and storage, which means it's going to cost $1 billion.
Yeah.
True.
So anyway, back to Xbox. So Gears of War. It's about Gears of War E-Day and Clockwork Revolution being exclusive to Xbox, and they're not timed exclusive. They're just exclusives. Um, let's see.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm reading this, and there's like nothing about.
Really in it besides the Ted line. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think it's because he's using this discussion point, the writer or whoever they're talking about, to say that it was plainly obvious that a PS5 edition of the Gears of War game was in the works, and there's like evidence to support that theory. Um, but also at the same time, Xbox is now kind of pulling away from PlayStation because they're gonna try to actually do exclusives correctly for the first time. Um,
We'll see if they pull it off.
quote, no one's really losing sleep over it. So I guess that tells you everything
Correct.
you need to know. The European Commission's answer to Stop Destroying Games initiative, and it was no.
It was no.
So yeah, all this crap that we've been following
For months now, at
for
least.
quite some time.
Now we're gonna watch the California one. For also no.
Harder no, even, because they can buy those politicians off.
In its reply, the Commission considers that at this stage it cannot propose a legal obligation to keep video games playable after they stop being provided commercially. However, existing EU consumer law already provides important safeguards for consumers. In reply to the
Not
initiative, the
good
Commission will
enough.
do the following: initiate by end 2026 an exchange with the video game industry and consumer representatives with the aim to draw up an industry code of conduct on managing video games' end of life, and work with consumer organizations and authorities to raise awareness about the applicable consumer rights, including safeguards protecting their interests. The Commission will report on the application of the Directive on Digital Content and Digital Services before the end of 2026. So basically, this is a gigantic nothing burger. They're going to talk to the companies and be like, "Hey guys, this would be really cool if you did this, but we're not going to enforce it at all," and then nothing's going to happen.
Mhm.
Oh.
We
6
would
months
love for
for
you to
that.
not do this.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All right, on to Collector's Corner, the weekly segment where we talk about the games we've been playing and the games we've been buying, good decisions, bad decisions, and the like. We use a wheel here to determine who goes first. Let's see who we got. Cameron.
Let's go.
Rats.
This still doesn't bring me. I'm still over 4% away though. So
I don't
it
care.
doesn't
You're
bring me
you're
close enough.
closer than you were before, and I don't like that.
All right. So let's start off with the newest purchase. Um,
Street
like
Fighter
I mentioned before
6
the
for
show.
Switch 2. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It was $30 from
oh
whatever
yeah,
that sale is.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't whatever for whatever is the Switch summer sale essentially.
Prime Day but for Nintendo.
Yes. So for whatever reason, they were like, "Hey, this is one of the games," and so I'm like, I sure do have a lot of amiibo cards that go with that game, so I now can use them, and that's about that's about the whole purpose of buying the game, which is why I didn't want to pay full price for it.
Are
Um,
you going are you going to
so
use
yeah,
it,
that
or you just buy it just so
yeah, I'm
you
gonna try.
could maybe?
No, I spend the money on it. I need to actually play it some at least. Help. It's a
I
key
mean,
card.
you don't have to.
Um,
I do that all the time.
it's true. It's 50 gigs. It could always end up like Monster Hunter where I bought it and literally did it for the amiibo video and nothing else. Um, it's 50 gigs, which thankfully, after my conversation with you over text the other day, I bought a 512 gig SD card or micro SD card. So my Switch 2 has storage finally.
On gang.
Let's go. Um, and then rotate the camera. I bought bookshelves. We went over to IKEA because
You know, I
I
didn't. You turned the camera over there earlier to show me Cricket, and I didn't even notice that.
didn't even know it. Yeah. Um, I mean, you've only been here a couple times, so and that was all in
Fair.
one trip. Um, so yeah, we finally got rid of that stupid shitty desk. Um, and we needed somewhere to store everything. Ironically, there's like nothing from the desk that's on there. It's all over on my table while I figure out where to actually put it. But I was walking Cricket and I got back and Chelsea was like, "Hey, one of your amiibo fell." As big man, she's like, "Make sure Cricket didn't, eat eat anything on it." And I'm looking, I'm like, it looks fine." And I'm like, "Okay, we need something that's gonna separate Cricket a bit more from the amiibo." Um, so like, let's just buy a bookcase. Let's get rid of the stupid desk. Let's. So I went over to IKEA and bought
A
some
Billy.
bookcases. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Correct. Yeah. Chelsea wanted a door on it, but it was like $35 for the door, and I'm like, I don't even see how to connect it. But
Well, hey,
I'm
Billy
like, I'm not.
Bookcases,
I'm
you're
not
one step closer to being Scott the Woz.
true. They just need to be bigger. These are like not even half the wall, because you can still see most of the wall.
Doesn't he like stack two on top of each other though?
I think
I
so.
think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, or at least he used to at one point.
Hmm. See, but if I'm gonna do that, I need to not be having to move before I buy that many. Yeah, so bought some bookcases. Alex organized them while Chelsea and I were getting groceries yesterday. Um, so it looks nice. A lot, it's a lot cleaner in here. It is a little tight on this wall now, I think, but because either have the couch up against the window or there's just awkward space um, between the wall and the couch. Um, yeah, so let's see what else.
Well, I think the only advice I can offer is that tight spaces you can get used to it. This room is not a tight space, but I turned it into one. I don't know if I got used to it or just accepted that I don't have another choice, but
Yeah, there's enough of a walkway for Chelsea since that's where she always sits. And we had to move Cricket to the other side. She was right up here against Chelsea's side of the couch because she attaches herself to Chelsea. Um, but now her bed's over there. She does not appreciate it, but she's gonna have to get used to it because it. I sent the picture to mom, and she yelled at me because she's like, "I taught you better than that."
well,
Because it did not look good. And she was right. It did not look good. But I was like, Cricket Cricket's going to lose her mind. And she did. After we set it up, Cricket jumped on the couch. And because the cushion wasn't like all the way in, she bounced off and hit her head on the bookcase. And I'm like,
uh,
yeah, so that not great, not great. Um Let's see. What have I been doing game wise? I played a little bit of Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. I need to really start working my way through my footage of that because I've got like 12 hours of it now, and I'm over halfway through the game. I think I found the Shy Guys. That was fun. Um, but I need to get through that. I did. There's no way. Because the only other thing I did was Tomodachi Life and the game of the week. Cooper. Oh wait, no. Cooper and I did golf. I played golf the other night with Cooper. Uh,
I think I might have saw you guys doing that. Maybe.
yeah, because you were playing um Forza, and then you jumped over to um Microsoft Flight Sim. And I'm like, he jumped games after I asked.
There's an explanation behind that.
Yeah, I'll let you share that in yours. Let's see. Oh, I've had to start learning AI. I had a
No,
one-on-one with my man.
no, no! Don't tell
Correct.
me it's
I
true.
had had a one-on-one with my manager today. I was like, "Here's an AI class," and I'm like, "Okay, fine." Not great, but like, what am I gonna do if my manager's telling me to take it? Um,
Yeah.
and all I've done is confirm that AI ruined everything.
We recently got access to AI at work for like use on certain things.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
mainly like business crap documents and spreadsheets and whatever. Um, and I asked it the other day. I was like, "Can you generate images?" Because I know like some companies restrict what you can and can't do, and it.
Mhm.
So I was asking it to make sure that like my company didn't restrict that, and it was like, "Yeah, I can make an image. What do you need?" And I told it, and then it said, "Your company doesn't let you generate images." I was like, "This thing sucks. I hate this."
Yeah, I've we I think we got in right before the government's whole debacle with the AI company, whichever, Anthropic or whatever. Um, so we still have access to be able to use it with the code. We just can't use it for weapons or anything. Um, so I have access to, have it help with my code, and I'm like, I can't even get it to like make a comment for me because it just kind of sits there spinning.
We can
So I'm like,
generally use it to like help us with coding. It's just like, you know, it depends on what you can give it, and
mm, yeah, it's
there's a
completely
lot of
worthless in
restrictions.
terms
Like
of Unreal.
I used it to teach me XML because I don't know, or I didn't know XML, and I happened to
Mm.
need to know it for this thing I was doing, and uh, it totally did. And so I was gonna use it to help me do it, like the task I was working on, because I could. But like I wasn't even allowed to like let it generate files or anything like that, even though it was literally like a 10-line text file in XML format.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some of the results that some of our AI engineers have pulled off with it, and it's impressive what they've been able to do. I'm just like, all I can think about is all the repercussions we've had because of AI, and I'm like, this is not worth it. Whatever we're getting out of this is not worth it. But I messaged one of my coworkers because we were sitting in on a AI meeting last week or so. Um, I'm like, do you think they've got a plan for when all these companies raise their prices because they've gotten us addicted to the AI? Is like, I don't think so.
Definitely not.
Yeah, so yeah. My eyes like glazed over and my head hurt after it. I'm like, I s- I have to get through it because I think I've only got like it's a Coursera course and I've only got like a month to do it, and I want to spend as little time possible having to actually do it.
Fair.
Um, I think that's
I was gonna say I
everything
think that covers
now.
everything plus a rant about AI.
Plus the rant about AI as it deserves. Um, yeah, it's
Is
just
AI the new Xbox?
no, because
Yes.
I don't want to talk about AI that much.
That's fair.
I'll, I'll talk about Xbox, bash on them frequently, but I don't want to talk about AI that much. I don't want to
So
even think about
okay, AI
AI.
is the new Stadia.
AI is the new Stadia.
Everyone hates it, but if it dies, everyone will think it's really funny.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay,
Um.
well, I have rediscovered that Alex and I are tied for times gone last. So this wheel spin is worth something here. Uh,
For a week.
uh,
Or maybe more.
last week there were four of us, and neither Alex nor I went last. So we stayed tied. All right, here we go. Oh no, dude. I'm next. Alex is last. No. Tragic.
Let's go.
I was watching your screen
No.
live. You could see the moment your heart broke.
For a second in my head, when it landed on me, I was like, "Oh, that means I'm last." Wait, no, that's not how this
uh,
works. um, well, damn. Um,
Law of averages.
okay. So, once again, um, plenty of Forza, um, plenty of American Truck Simulator. Um, I have not been playing much on The Sim, but I'm leaving it out for a while until I'm 100% sure I don't want to play on it anymore, and then I'll put it away because setting it up and putting
Right.
it away is a bitch. So I'm trying to make myself play
Yeah.
on it until I get sick of it.
Understandable.
um, but I haven't been playing much on it this week. Um, I you saw me go to Flight Sim because when you buy Flight Simulator on Steam, at least Flight Sim 2020, um, it downloads a 1 gig installer, and you know that game ain't 1 gig. So you open the 1 gig installer, and then it's like, okay, sign into your Microsoft account, do this, do this, do this, and now sit and download 200 gigabytes. So I left it open overnight, but because the installer looks the same as the game, Steam says I'm playing it. So it thinks I've got 8 hours or like 10 hours in the game because I literally left it on overnight to download. But it was just downloading the game. So I have
Um,
not actually played Flight Simulator. I just downloaded it because I knew
fair.
it was going
Okay.
to do that. As soon as I saw it downloaded 1 gig, I was like, ah, you're full of it. There's no way you're 1 gigabyte.
So basically, don't buy Flight Sim if you have any question that you are going to enjoy it, because it will just ignore the 2 hour mark. Is that still a thing for Steam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was finally on sale for like $20, and that game has. I've been waiting for that game to be that cheap for forever. It's usually always like 40, and it just was not worth that to me. But 20, I'll pay that. I also got Call of the Wild, which is a hunting simulator. I'm on a simulator kick, if you can't tell. Because that one was also like I don't know, $8 or something. So I tossed that in when I was buying that. Oh yeah, Mecha Chameleon. We talked about this on the show last week. Um, I highly recommend it. Um, Mecha Chameleon is like prop hunt, but you camouflage yourself into objects. You can change your position, like how you're sitting or standing or like curled up into a ball or whatever. And you paint yourself like the background of something and hide in plain sight. And there's people that hunt for you, and there's different game modes, and you can have like pretty large parties, 10 or 12 people, pretty stably. It's very funny, and it's very fun. It's like basically as fun as prop hunt, which is not something I say lightly, because prop hunt is like a one of those special kind of friend games that I don't know, like on the surface it just seems like friend slop style games, but it's not. It's really good. Um,
You know, I've been thinking about it. Which it really screwed up by charging so much, because that could have been them
yeah, it is $6. They've sold 7 million copies.
in less than a month.
Yeah, they came out June 9th. So like 3 weeks? Not even?
Not even.
7 million copies. That is like what, $42 million?
Minus, yeah, if we're not taking out cuts, yeah.
Hell, take out 50%, $12 million. Or no,
Yeah.
20 $20 million. God, my math, dude. My math is horrible.
15 minus 5 is 12.
I know. I can't. Man. Anyway, so yeah. Highly worth the $6. I recommend you guys get it and play it with us sometime. I definitely want to play more than I have played. Um, really, that's about it, I think. Oh, yeah, I forgot to share this from a couple weeks ago. So, my former coworker Brian, um, he took a new position somewhere. like quite a while ago, like almost a year ago, I think. And he recently came back to get the stuff out of a storage unit he had while he was moving into his place, and he messaged me and was like, "Hey man, I have a Game Boy Advance and some games that I'm trying to sell, and I know you like that stuff. So like, do you want this? Do you want any of this?"
Yeah.
So long story short, I got a pretty good condition cobalt blue original GBA SP. It's the
Ooh.
001 model, so it's the front light only. It's not the great screen, but it is in great condition, especially for being owned by a child. There are a few scratches, but like this looks like something that has just been, I would call light-ish to regular use. Like this is not, it's not disgusting. You kind of
Yeah.
have to use the light to see all of it. Like if you're just looking at it at a glance, it doesn't look that bad. Screen doesn't have any scratches on it. Uh, and a whole sack of games. This is a sandwich bag
Ooh.
filled with games. Importantly, in
Let's
here
go.
is Pokemon Leaf Green and Pokemon Sapphire. Um,
Did he
Let's
know they were in
go.
there?
yes. Um,
Wow. Sad.
Originally, he was just giving me the Pokemon games, and he was like, "Oh, by the way, I have a bunch of extra. Actually, I just didn't think you would care." And I was like, "No, send them. What is it?" And to be fair, some of it is like, yeah, Scooby Doo 2 Monsters
Right.
Unleash. But other stuff like Frogger's Adventure, I actually want that. Spyro Orange, the Spyro game on GBA, he had that. He has the Crash Bandicoot game, Crash Bandicoot Entranced. That's pretty
Nice.
cool.
Nope.
So like, some of these are kids games, but some of them are actually like pretty cool third-party games on there.
Yeah.
So plan is to sell the Pokemon games, recoup the cost because I don't need it, and then in theory, at some point, I think I want to turn this Game Boy into solid brass because you can do that.
Ooh.
It would probably be like $300 or $400 because it is literally a machined brick of brass into a GBA SP shell, buttons and all. Um, which I think about probably more than I should. I don't know. It's like a just one of those things. I don't know if that'll be anytime soon though, or if I'll even actually do it. That's just in theory. But
Well, if it's in that good of condition, would you want to do that to that one, or would you want to
see,
like
that's kind
a?
of got me tripped up because I made these plans in my head before I saw it in person, and I didn't realize how clean it was until I held it. So now I'm
And I was
like,
like,
ah.
this is actually like,
You know, if this thing
ooh.
was red, I for sure would keep it stock because that was the color of my original one. Even though I didn't want the red one, that's the one I got. So I loved it as if it was my own. But then again, this blue is a very nice blue. It's the color of my car.
That's yeah. Every time we pass a blue like that, Chelsea's like, "That's the color car you want." I'm like, "Yeah, if I hadn't had to be, if I hadn't had to rush to get a car, yeah."
So, uh, regardless, I'm putting a new battery in it. That's for sure. This thing,
Mm,
Yeah.
that's an old battery. Um, so gonna get a new one of those, but it all works. It's cool. So, Brian, if you're listening to this, you're almost certainly not, but thank you. Uh, cool, $60, and so basically free once I sell those games.
Dude, I think you could just sell one of the Pokemon games and recoup the money.
For sure. But I mean, I'm gonna need some money to pay for that brass shell if I want to do that.
Mm,
And like, if nothing else, I'll need money for the new battery, and
Sure.
I I'll debate putting a new screen in it, um, because that's the one thing I'm kind of okay with doing on a stock system is well, make the screen to where it's usable in 2026.
Hmm.
But outside of that, not really change anything. Who knows? But yeah. Okay, Mister New First Last guy, Alex, what you got?
Uh, I don't know. Not much different. I obviously played Persona 5 cleaning up. They've got a thingy thing, roguelike mode on it right now, which is strange.
Interesting.
Um, and I played Rivals because there's a bunch of events going on, and I cleared most of them up. Uh, I don't know, not much. I got a lot I need to do. I just haven't been doing much.
I feel that.
We watched Elio. It was fine.
Elio? That sounds
Yeah,
familiar.
Yeah,
right.
it's
Played
the
by
Pixar movie
Pixar.
that was released last year. For
Yes,
space
yes.
adventure.
Okay.
It was fine. I logged into Dead by Daylight because there's a code right now you can enter and get 10,000 blood points or 10 million blood points,
Dang, what's
which
that
is what,
code? Put it in the chat. Hook me up.
yeah. It's for their anniversary. Hold on. Here it is. Expires July 16th. I'll just post it.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And what's that
I'll
get
just
you?
post
3 things?
it. It got one of my characters who was already prestiged once up to prestige 6, which was enough to get them all the way to um, the 3 bloody outfit parts, and then a different character who had not started at all. She went to prestige 4.
Dang.
So yeah, you just enter it in the store in Dead by Daylight.
Word. I'm gonna do that after the show.
I
Well,
mean, free prestige.
yeah, for sure. Um, I actually remembered something. Um, I went to a tractor pull this weekend.
Oh, how was that?
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised you forgot that. Honestly,
Yeah. Oh my God. Those things are death machines. Like, um, okay, first off, it's been a while since I've been to something that's like really in the boonies. Like, it's just a boony event. And man,
Yeah.
was that a boony event. Uh, I saw all sorts of people that I didn't think were possible. Like, the shape was crazy. Uh, Nothing to eat besides just like super greasy stuff, which I'm not gonna complain. I ate a cheeseburger. Um, and uh, I usually try to use my earpods for hearing protection because they do a pretty good job. They've got active noise canceling and stuff. What the third class of stuff that we watched was so loud that I had to cup my ears with my hands over the earpods. It was so loud. If I ever go to
that's
one of
pretty
those
bad.
again, which I probably will, I'm bringing like over the ear, like pilot style earmuffs for
Understandable.
sure. Those things are crazy. Um, I'm gonna see if it'll let me send. These videos are probably way too big. Yeah. Um. Oh, I could just put it on the Google Drive, and you guys could look at
Sure.
them.
True.
I'll do that. Cause these things are absolutely nuts. The diesel motors will like rev their engines for like 15 or 20 seconds before they take off because their turbos are so big. That's how long it takes for them to spool up. They just sit there
That's insane.
flooring it, waiting for the engine to actually get up to speed. And then the second it gets up to speed, you'll see it in the video. It instantly starts throwing tons of black smoke out the exhaust, and it'll do a wheelie at the same time. Those things were absolutely crazy. One of them broke their own axle. That was cool.
Just like Cooper.
One of them blew a fuel line and quit. If you don't cross the 100-foot mark, they won't count your run. They give you a second chance. And one guy had to stop because he blew a fuel line. And part of me was like, dang, if he had kept going, we might have seen a cool explosion. But also that probably would have hurt that guy. So, yeah, it was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. I've never experienced anything that loud. I could feel my ribs shaking from the noise. The noise was so loud. Indescribably loud.
Makes
Like
sense.
louder than monster trucks. Although funny enough, I'm pretty sure the motors that are the gasoline motors anyway that they were running are the same motors that they use in Top Fuel dragging, except it's gasoline still instead of nitromethane. And I also think they're the same engines that they actually use in monster trucks. It's just a totally different application, but like I'm pretty sure they're the same. It's kind of crazy how much of that stuff all uses the same motor. Anyway, geeking out about that over. Yeah, that was a fun time. If you guys ever find
Nice.
one and get the chance, I think I recommend it just because I don't know. There's nothing else like that. But also I understand if something that loud might not be up your alley. Jewel, it freaked Jewel out for a minute. um, but it was all right. Just had to get used to it. Okay.
It's only like having the whole theme park in your ear at the same time, right? So
Yeah, I mean it's like hugging a speaker at a concert. Like one of those big speakers. It shakes your bones. Okay. On to download station game of the week. Among Us Story on Guard demo. I definitely did not play this.
It's
I gotta be
15
so
minutes
for
long.
real. Is it
yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Grant,
So
I
this
could
is
tell you didn't
this
play it by the way you read it. It's just like, oh.
yeah. Oh, I looked at that when you posted it and I was like, like I don't really care. I'm just yeah. But this is supposed to be like Henry Stickmin, right?
Kind
Yeah.
of.
So maybe I really do need to play this.
The demo's
Well,
not that long.
Oh no, it's not on
Um,
PC.
Yeah, it is.
Where's why can I not the download? Like I'm on the
because
main
it's
page.
stupid. Because the way it's set up is stupid.
Is it its own page for the demo?
I don't know. I'll get it to you. So I think the game itself might be good. Wait, where did the demo go?
Okay,
It's
so they did
no.
take it down. Dang.
Play the demo now before it's gone June 22nd. So they took it down
Yep,
today.
they took it down today.
Bruh.
That explains why it's no longer in my library.
Oh, you're
Limited
right.
demo? Come on. And there's not even a release date.
Oh, but I could
Yeah.
still see it. I guess because I didn't uninstall it.
Yeah, I mean, you can still keep it
Interesting.
as long as it's downloaded, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Limited time
that's.
demo is still crazy though, dude.
Yeah, that
Is there
is
no
crazy.
release date? Planned release date to be announced.
Well, so how was it? I guess.
Um, I
So it
get you can go first, Alex.
so it has Among Us mechanics, kind of like you do card swipe, you do it lets you crawl through the vents, except it actually lets you crawl through the vents.
I
Like
see
you
that
have
in the
to navigate.
trailer. Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of silly. It kept putting up walls that it was like, this is not available in the for in the
Yeah,
demo, and this is not available, and this is not available.
that was my biggest complaint with it. Which obviously that's not gonna happen in the real game, but like it's so frustrating just being walled in the demo. If you're gonna make a demo, then just wall off that area. I don't. I just. What are we doing here, dude? Just Pokemon made their own demo 10 years ago on the 3DS. Like, what are we doing here?
I'm not sure what that has to do with this, but yeah, you
Like,
tell him.
it was just really frustrating because like you'd walk up to something like security and it'd be like, oh no, you can't access the cameras in the demo, but try it in the real game. Why are we not letting the demo just be its own case? You know?
Why is this demo limited time? What's going on? There's not even a release date
Yeah,
yet. Why are you
that's
guys
the
holding back
weird.
so much?
What?
If the
Like
game came out in
why?
2 weeks, I guess I would understand, kind of. But
But
like,
they limit week long demo, and you couldn't do half the stuff or explore as you wanted because it went, oh no, that's not accessible in the demo. But why not? Why would you? Like it wasn't. It didn't even feel like. I think it was supposed to be Skeld. It didn't even feel like Skeld for
No, it's
one.
Mira.
Oh, same difference though. It didn't feel like Mirror either. It's just
I
like
don't know. I
a
thought the
lot of
demo was fine, but needed a bit more. But
it
I thought
should
it
have
was a
been
good.
like its own story. That way you could
Well,
have it
maybe
just
they'll do a demo that is its own story, since this is just like, hey, does it actually run? Because they were taking analytics. If you agreed.
yeah, it's an interesting choice for sure. I it's I think it's really hard to judge the game based on this demo. Like honestly, because it's so short and you're so limited in what you can do other than card swipe and going through the
That's that's true.
events.
A better that's a good point. A better demo would let you play around with all the mechanics, or at least more of them.
Yeah, at least all the ones that you're going to be accessing multiple times throughout the game.
yeah, why is the demo so lacking in content when it's only a limited time demo?
Yeah, right.
It's yeah, it's an interesting choice for sure. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you set it up like that and then go, you don't actually need to access it though. But okay, then why is it here? Why are you telling me all these things I can't do in the demo when I'm trying to test out your game and see if I want to play it?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna watch it with interest. I hope it's good when it comes
Better.
out, right? But my bigger thing is just kind of based on the demo. I am hoping like $15-$20
Mm.
at max.
Yeah, this is one of those. Much like the Henry Stickmin collection, this is one of those games you just pick up when it's on sale. At least that's the feeling I currently have because I didn't get to experience much of the game. There there was not enough in the demo for me to go yes or no. You know, like when we did the Pragmata demo, you got to experience most of what that game had to offer in terms of the main gameplay loop. What do you say,
Yeah.
Alex?
Yeah, especially when I learned that you could get, depending on what you did in the demo, you could get 8 different endings with her photo. It didn't really change much.
But there was content in the demo, and it wasn't just like, "Oh, you're blocked off now."
Yeah,
And I get they're a relatively small indie team, but they also had COVID's biggest hit, so like it's not like they don't have money to invest in the game.
right. No, I agree.
Well, there you go. I tell you to try it out for yourself, but you can't.
You can't.
That's the real thing. Yeah, I would tell you to try it because what's there in the demo was kind of fun, especially with the one of them. You want to ask a guy, the engineer, how to navigate the vents better to get to a specific area. So you go spill coffee on his thing to get him to come to you, but
Mm,
because he thinks you're the killer, he books it out of the room
mm,
if you don't lock the door. And I thought that was kind of fun and silly.
Yeah, it's
interesting.
like it there was a lot of, you know, good ideas. It felt like it's just there was not enough ways to experience everything that you might be dealing with, or like even a portion of what you're going to deal with. It was like, oh, we
Right.
took the first part of the first case and made it a demo. Don't do that. You know, no, it's good idea, bad execution for a demo.
All right, well, on to the tidbits. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment is on Nintendo Music.
Oh,
Yay.
I didn't realize that was up top. Nintendo also just released Mario Kart World versions of Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, and Yoshi Story for NSF Music. So, all right,
Wonderful.
it's what I've always wanted. Drip fed music from one game. Thank you, Nintendo.
Really scraping the bottom of the barrel.
In fact, we're below the barrel. We're drip feeding one game.
Um, you can now rip your Wii, GameCube, and Xbox games using a Blu-ray drive. It's called
Huh.
OmniDrive, an open source firmware modification that unlocks the disk reading capabilities of select MediaTek-based drives. There's certain Asus and LG model Blu-ray drives that use this specific MediaTek chipset, the MT1959.
Interesting. Are
Um,
those
and the reason it's
recent
those discs
ones?
specifically, it's because GameCube, Wii, and Xbox game discs do not share the heavy copy protection of modern discs, and the drive can read them raw. You can also do limited reads of Dreamcast games, at least low density discs, and encrypted backups of PlayStation and Wii U discs. Very cool.
Questioning how someone figured that out, honestly.
I just get by the like. The only reason that a lot of drives can't do it is because they don't program it. Like they don't let you do it, but it doesn't mean it can't.
Mhm.
They just don't want you because they don't want you distributing it.
True.
PC versions of Black Ops 1 and 2 on the Microsoft Store now include release year, likely to differentiate themselves from new ports.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so speaking of those ports to PlayStation, I've got a question. Is that only PlayStation? And also, uh, like, are they reopening the servers? I guess on PC it's different, but like, are they gonna fix the anti cheat or put anti cheat on it? Because from what I understand, I'm not supposed to play Black Ops multiplayer on my PC because I can get hacked. Same with Black Ops 2, if I understand correctly. Uh, Maybe I should relook into that, but it's been quite some time. But those ports confuse me. Also, they're charging like full price, I'm pretty sure, which is nuts.
That's
They're not
disgusting.
remasters or anything. They're literally ports. $60. I've already got both of
That
them
is.
on PC. It's just like, well, if I'm gonna get hacked, I don't want to
You
ever
can only
play
play
them.
with friends.
Yeah. And if I'm playing zombies, I'm playing on console because multiplayer, local multiplayer. PC does not have local multiplayer because I guess they never thought anyone would try to do that. But I did.
But I did.
Spider Man's new suit from Spider Man Brand New Day is being added to Insomniac's Spider Man 2 on July 28th.
Nice.
Uh, Sony has patented a controller with buttons that harden and soften based on what you do in the game. What material is that made of?
Hmm.
Also, what's the
Good question.
application?
I don't know. We already have the physical trigger styles. So like, what are we doing here? We're just patenting stuff to patent it.
I could see like okay, Resident Evil, push button to open door, hard button press. Push button to pull gun out of blob. Ugh. Goo blob.
Ooh.
That was a bad one. Uh like I don't know, something grotesque like Resident Evil would typically have. And
Hmm.
like you push it and then the button is like soft.
Hmm.
That would be pretty
Yeah, but
cool.
is that feels like very specific.
Well,
It kind
that's
of
kind
feels
of
like
all
it's
it
going to
would
be
be
a
good. It would have to be
gamepad
very specific
situation.
stuff.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it's going to be a gamepad situation. You know,
Yeah.
like it will work, but it's going to take some actual trying to make it work, and not just we sure did try once, like every third party with the Wii U.
You got something on your mind?
No, that's just what I was thinking of. It was like, does the same, it's that same style where it's like, it's only gonna be some make it work. Resident Evil could definitely make it work though.
Um, Nintendo Switch exercise games can reduce anxiety and sub-threshold depression, according to study. Yeah, okay, that's cool, but you know why that is? Because exercise does that.
Mhm.
This has nothing to do with them being Nintendo Switch games. You're just exercising. Like that's how that works. You don't need the video game to do that. Uh, and I wish I would listen to myself because every now and then when I do work out for a while, I do feel way better. And then I stop because the human existence.
Yeah, correct.
But like, I don't know.
It's not that just because you got ring fitted on the screen or whatever does not mean that's what is making you actually feel better.
Yeah, it's not the ring fit. It's the exercise. But I mean, look, if that's what you need to get yourself to exercise, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, right.
Whatever gets you moving is up to you. But it doesn't have to be that specific thing. You can do that with anything. Just a heads up. Uh, Sega has celebrated Sonic's 35th anniversary by creating a life-size figure containing synthetic Sonic DNA. What?
Yeah, I remember
Why is
this.
Sonic DNA in quotes?
This is synthetic. I mean, he's
Gross.
not real.
The DNA was created by analyzing Sonic's appearance, personality, and abilities.
What does that mean?
I think I know what it means, and I don't think I can say it here.
I don't like that.
Me neither. Why is this headline on this sheet? Who wrote this? Who wrote this article?
And
I read
why?
the article, but
Who
I
made
put
the
it on the
decision at
sheet.
Sega? Wait, yeah, who looked at this? Someone signed off on this.
Somebody got paid for this.
Oh my god.
Someone got paid real dollars for this decision. In fact,
Oh my
multiple
god.
somebodies got paid real dollars for this decision.
Okay, cool. Sonic DNA.
Have you seen the statue?
I think I saw that photo and I didn't know what it was at the time, but now it makes sense.
It's
Didn't you
stupid.
post it?
It's somewhere in
Maybe.
there.
Uh-huh. Dude, ew. Like actually? Ew. What is that? What's in that figure, dude? Sonic
Sonic
Chaos Emerald.
DNA. Chaos
Yeah.
Emerald.
No, it is a Chaos Emerald.
Yeah, with Sonic's DNA in it.
With
What is
Sonic's DNA
that?
in. Hold on, I'll send a clear photo of what's inside.
I don't think that makes me feel
Is that
better.
an emerald floating in his DNA? Or is the
Oh,
DNA
it
inside the
might.
emerald? And if that's the case, what is the emerald floating inside of? What is that? You legally have to tell me what that is, Sega.
Yeah, you can see on the full picture that there's a Chaos Emerald inside of his stomach area. But what's it? There, it definitely looks like there's a liquid. Sega, why? Why? You know what?
Because they could.
You know what? Honestly, they're not. It's not AI, so I'll take it over the AI.
Okay, so when a multi-million-dollar company does it, it's cool, but when I do something like this, I get banned from the library. Well, speaking of Sonic DNA, we've got an Onion article this week, and that news is that Aperture Science has actually confirmed that it's safe to fornicate through portals, like from Portal. Every joke you've ever heard about doing something sexual using portals, you can do it. It won't hurt you. It's fully safe. Um, I'm not gonna read this exactly verbatim, but let's see. Potential customer Herb Balfour was intrigued by the news. Quote, "Oh wow, you can have sex through this thing." I was thinking about all the cool things I could do with it, like travel long distance for free. I've got a cousin in Australia, and I was going to mail him the gun after blasting a hole in my wall so I can visit. However, now I think I might check and see if he has any single friends who'd like to have sex intercontinental. Hell, I might first I might have sex with my neighbor just to try this out. End quote. That's good. Shell, a subject used in a series of tests with the gun, was uninterested in the company's announcement. Quote, "Yeah, I don't care about that. When you've got an insane artificial intelligence trying to kill you after having promised you cake for the past 6 hours, using your portal gun as a sex aid tends to fall to the bottom of your list of priorities. Coming within inches of being dropped into an incinerator didn't really get me in the mood. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think it's time I get my revenge on GLaDOS." At press time, Hoffman had also revealed that it's safe to urinate and defecate through the portal as well, but encouraged people to do so as hygienically as possible. Fantastic. Thank you, hard drive.
Amazing.
A few rumors this week. Jason Schreier gives further information on PlayStation backing out from PC releases. So, if I understand, they're planning to keep multiplayer games available on PC, but single player games are going to be PlayStation only.
I think that's what I also read, unless something's changed.
I guess that makes sense.
Quote, I guess they're not going to lay this out publicly, but there's no ambiguity in their strategy. During a town hall a few weeks ago, Herman Hulse told staff that their single player narrative games will be PlayStation only, and he explained that they were inconsistent with their PC releases. They didn't make enough money, and they want to keep their IP aligned to their own platform. Confirmed this with two people who heard him say it. There's no case by case here. So
I mean,
I like
doctors they would tell you.
I think I like the top comment best. I think it sums it up. Looks like the console war is back on the menu.
True.
From Dusk Golem, Resident Evil Veronica and Zero remakes will tie into Requiem. How do you think?
I haven't beat Requiem, so I have no theories.
Oh
Oh my
yeah.
gosh,
Oh my god,
guys.
dude. It's been so long I forgot about that. Come on, my man. Beat the game.
Stop playing Persona
Zero's
and play Resident Evil.
Zero's interesting though because it already ties into 4 and 5. Is that it? I don't know. It brings up Las Plagas and Five's virus, which also might be Las Plagas. Hold on. Just Fives.
I
I
mean,
don't
they're
know.
either gonna.
I do. Zero won't surprise me if it brings up mold, and other later things.
Yeah.
Just because of who's available in that game.
They're just gonna reference it. I don't think it's gonna be anything like major. I
No,
think
it
it's
will
just
be
gonna be
like
a reference somewhere.
oh wow, Mother Miranda knew Spencer.
Hmm.
That's from a. There's a photo.
Persona 6 has been rated by the Australian Classification Board.
Yay!
There it is. I was waiting for that.
And all
It
we've
might
gotten
be
is a
sooner than we
teaser.
think.
Alex
Probably
just
not.
continues to get all the games he could want. This is unfair.
What do you want?
Games I want.
Yeah, games I want.
Pikmin 5.
Another 2D Metroid and another 3D Mario, please. Thanks.
The 3D
Also,
Mario Dream is dead, but
And
Metroid could be.
also a 3D Metroid that plays like the old ones and feels like the old ones, and it doesn't have the
The
stupid
dude,
wall
literally,
best
jam.
we can do is
I'm okay with Metroid Prime 4. Just give me stuff to do in the open world. Don't make me do an open world unless there's stuff to do in it.
No, there is. You got to go collect all the green rocks. Thank you, Nintendo. Very cool. This is now a collectathon.
Yeah, this is freaking Banjo Kazooie. No,
Look,
my
considering the only way to
expectations
get it
for
done is a
2D
vehicle.
Metroid are through the roof because of Dread. Dread was so good. Dread really was so good. So like,
what do you want? A remake, a port of 2, a remake of a different one, or 6?
Literally just not what we have now. More of Dread.
I will take remakes of Zero Mission and Fusion in the Dread art style. I will take I think I could also be convinced of Metroid 2. Um, but I don't know. I don't want a port of Samus Returns. It would have to be like I don't know. That one's going to be a harder sell for me. Depends on what it
Putting the
is.
mechanics from Dread into Samus Returns, though.
Sure.
Yeah. Because it's got a lot of them as like a prototype version. You can tell how they evolved to what's it, Dread. But if we were going to get a Samus Returns port, $40, not full
Yeah.
price, please.
No, it'll be 70. Thanks.
No, it's not worth it.
Also, stand by on Ocarina of Time. It's still coming out this year, but like, still don't know anything about it, and I don't know.
We've seen
I'm
like
getting I have this unsettling feeling about it, and I really hope I'm wrong. But I feel like there's going to be something stupid.
Stupid. Correct.
I just don't know what it is. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it won't be. But all right. Finishing topic. What is your cookie clicker game?
I mean, I already put mine as the answer. It's Vampire Survivors.
Um. Yeah, I would say that, but since you've already said it, I'm gonna say cast and chill probably. Because it's literally designed to go idle when you're busy, but like stay playing.
Um,
Also Balatro. Depends on like how much I can focus. Like if I'm working and I just want something up on the side, cast and chill. If I want to play something but it's like something simple and super repetitive, Balatro.
I think any of the main focus tycoons would be on there because you really do just kind of sit once you get it set up. Um, it would probably include Tomodachi Life right now, just because I have been using that as I don't have to focus on this. There, I'm not gonna screw up my whole game if I miss something. Um, so that's on there. Um, real problem is I can't like include Animal Crossing because that one actually requires actual effort. You know.
Yeah.
Not a good character.
Um, I,
Well, my cat has decided to jump on my lap out of nowhere.
oh,
So,
Trumpet,
Trumpet, what is your favorite game? What's your favorite cookie clicker game?
Catnap.
Yeah, eat, snack, poop, sleep, in that order.
Mhm.
Wake up, get hair on stuff.
Yep.
We love playing get hair on stuff. I don't know if you guys can see my simulator seat right now. Can you tell how much
It
hair's on
it
that seat?
does.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hair.
It's like a ring of hair, yeah.
Yeah. Any dark surface. Um, I feel like there's another game I wanted to say. Can't think of.
Hmm. Would RuneScape be on your list? Grant's
I
dying.
yeah. Um, I guess, but like the thing is, because it's online, you get logged out. So like,
Mhm.
I think RuneLight lets
Or
you
you
turn
get
it
a.
up to like a half hour, maybe.
Mhm.
So that's okay.
That's still not.
But
Still
also
not
RuneScape
cookie
is
clicker
on
style.
like RuneScape is on the scale of this is the only game like this you can ever play, and you have to play it your whole life, or else you're not gonna beat it.
Mhm.
Sure.
Also,
True.
apologies if there's some mild thumping noises in the recording. I just now realized my cat's tail's been hitting the cord and just thumping it because he's all excited. Dude, what is going on?
You're in the room with them. What more does he need?
Yeah, I know. He never does this either. He normally does. He likes to just sit by himself. Anyway,
Mhm. Interesting. Yeah. Hmm, can't really think of anything. Definitely, there's not like a lot of that style on the Switch. I don't think, other than like Tomodachi Life, because everything else, at least that I have, you are going to have to pay attention to. You know.
yeah. This stuff's usually either on PC or mobile most of the time.
Yep.
Which is again why I love Cast and Chill so much. I can run it on my phone, so I can do it at home or away.
Sitting in the office casting.
All right, well, I think that's going to wrap this episode up here. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please share us with a friend. We post every Wednesday, usually 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, youtube.com/StormwindGames, anywhere that you get your podcast, you can find us. Add us on Twitter at All Night Gamers with a K. What's your cookie licker game? Are you going to try to fornicate through a portal? Did you play the Among Us demo? What did you think about it? Let us know. And are you going to get a Steam machine or not? Probably not. But let us know either way. And we'll be back next week, as always, for more gaming news, talk, and discussion. Thank you so much. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. We love you all to death. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.